it was close to friendship, but it's not exactly friendship yet. Until 15 years old, Bakugo and Deku were both in class. And I'm gonna say that people had way better quirks in that class. Like the dude with eyes that can extend, that can also extend his hair. And Deku was smart in this one, very smart. And he told this dude that could like lengthen his hair about a little technique to where he can cover his hair in a special type of silk that makes it as strong as like chain. And now today it can be as strong as chains today, like fiber, like atom fiber. It's like it's stronger. It could be stronger than any other metal right now. So the kid with like wood could also turn to other things like stone, metal, water, like all like basically anything you could think about. The rock kid could make bigger and more devastating looking rocky hands. He could also turn his whole head into giant like giant strings of like stone, sharpen them to a point. Like the quirks were crazy. The bubble dude can also expand his fist to a big size and also cover them with spikes. So the quirks were crazy, but they could cause a lot of damage, but nothing compared to Deku and Bakugo. Deku can make some pretty sizable shockwaves, while Bakugo can make giant booms of fire and flame. Everyone in that class, they were actually in the top class in that middle school. So, so so the teacher comes in with a rock and a nice quirk called energy manipulation. Basically, he can make energy come. He can propel himself with any form of energy, kind of like wave motion, but way more powerful and way faster. So he can like charge up like energy into like a single point in his hand, and shoot it out as a beam that can basically burn. That can go through metal. He can also propel himself really fast by covering himself with energy as like a little dome shield, and he can like control how fast it goes. Like very powerful. Anyway, enough with the quirks on with the story. But the teacher comes in saying, okay, kid. Wait, what are you doing? Knock it off. Remember what they say, no quirks allowed during school. Everyone stop using their quirks. And he says, alright, let's see here. Okay, you guys are growing up. You guys are entering high school. And I want, and you guys have to think about your career in the future. When he just throws away all the papers of careers and say, oh, who am I kidding? You guys are all ready to be heroes, am I right? Everyone goes nuts. Start using their quirks again. And he said, hey, remember Danger here boy I told you last time? No quirk usage. Everyone stopped using their quirks saying, I get it, you guys got some pretty strong quirks. You guys are in the top class in this middle school. But only two subscribed actually. Zukum Doria and Bago Kowski. Oh yeah. Yeah, Zuko Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo. Now, as Deku himself got older, oh yeah, Deku not hearing his name and just having some earpods in his head. Bakugo tapped him on, like flicked him on the head as he said, "Ow, what was that for?" And even though in this one Deku was a lot more hot-headed and a way more shorter temper, way more confident in himself, has a way shorter temper, and is a little bit hot-headed. As he was just yelling at Bakugo, like he wasn't talking, he was just yelling. He says, "Ow, what was that for?" Bakugo says, "Pay attention, you idiot." Deku says, "You're the one to talk. I remember you got an F on your report this last year." He said, Bakugo says, "Oh really, you want to go?" As he says, "Boys, don't make me have to call the principal again. I don't want another incident like last year. We're still trying to rebuild the entire cafeteria guys destroyed." A little bit of a backstory. Deku and Bakugo got into a little bit of an argument. It got heated. They had some very, very scary mad faces. Like Deku was glowing. Like do you know like the red aura Bakugo had with like the red eyes and the very like red evil eyes was a smile. Like it was a smile, but you could tell he was mad. Well, Bakugo had the exact same face he had when he won the sports festival in season 2. Like the exact same face, everything. It got heated, very heated, and then they just both like kind of snapped and like destroyed the entire cafeteria fighting. They both got beat. They both got beating from their fathers and mother. They both got a real bad punishment. They told him that they would pick up all the debris that that was on the ground that they broke, so the people who were going to rebuild the cafeteria so they can make it easier for the people who were going to rebuild the cafeteria. They both complained. They said you can also help them rebuild it. They both reluctantly agreed and decided to pick up everything. They were both hard because Deku doesn't have super strength in the lifting, but in the punching power, so it was very hard. So they had to grab all this equipment. It took them like a whole night, and then they got home, and then the school was threatening to expel them. The school was pretty much the school already had to deal with them before, so this was they were kind of sick of them being in a fight. When the police left both of their houses, let's just say they learned how to uh control their anger, because their punishment was not a beating. Oh no, they had to sit down and eat the worst the vegetables they hated the most. I'm talking like you know those yellow mushy things. They both ate like those mushy things. Both of them. They ate them, and they were literally going to the bathroom and throw up, and they told them if they throw up they would have to eat a bowl 2 times the size. They both nearly threw up the second time. Yes, you heard me. So, they both remembered the disgusting. No, they both remembered the disgusting vegetables they ate back then, and they decided just to sit down and say nothing to each other. But they were still staring daggers at each other. Anyway, as the teacher went on, anyway, Katsuki Bakugo and Deku Izuku Midoriya both got into UA. They both looked at each other like, yeah, yeah, that's right. They basically have like the credentials to get into UA, like the strength, the speed, the durability. Deku didn't really do good on the strength, the lifting strength, but the punching strength, like it was like godly. Like I'm talking like below all my level, like just below all my level, and that's like his one of his lowest. Like no, I would say like third lowest, like just under almonds. So after school, everyone was basically like, and this is when you're allowed to use your quirks to like to get around and stuff, but you're not allowed to use your quirk unless a hero it gives you permission. Even if you're just a citizen, if you have a strong quirk and a hero allows you to can use it for to fight villains. But if you just need to get around, like you can use your quirk. Like I don't like what's the point of having the quirk and you have to use the bus? That literally makes no goddamn sense. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. So people still can still drive in cars if they're being a little lazy. People who are a little bit more adventurous, they use their quirks to parkour around the buildings. They also had to put traffic on top of buildings because people might run into people who were flying and stuff. So yeah, there were like drivers, parkourers, and flyers. Like those were the three traffics. A little more complicated, but it was easy. It was kind of easy to do at the same time. So there, Bakugo and Deku are both parkourers because uh, Deku's Bakugo's quirk only propels him. No way, I think he's a flyer while Deku's a parkour. Yeah, I think that's good. So Deku's like will jump up to where Bakugo's level, and then like he would like jump like long distances as he slowly falls down, and then he just jumps again off a building, and then he would like stay up talking to Bakugo like 30 minutes as he like slowly got down as he just jumped again. As so 2 hours later they reach their house. Like they both had to separate because their house is a few blocks away. So Deku like Deku entered his house, and he said, he said, then Kendo Rappa comes up right behind him, saying, "Izuku," and then just give him a good sucker punch in the back of the head. As he turns around and sees his dad, he said, as he says, "Dad, what was that for?" He says, "It's time for your 10 months of training, and now we're about to do combos. We're about to finish up your next class of combos." Can Bakugo come? Sure, why not? He's a pretty, he's a pretty tough guy. And so Kendo boat was causing some air pressure, some pressure, to where he punched so fast they actually like was able to make like an air pressure wave that was able to go like 30 meters, like 30 meters before hitting someone. And it put some dents in